And welcome back in to Dewitt High School as we get you set for the championship round. Before we do, here in DeWitt, let's go through the district at Epworth today as the Western Dubuque Bobcats hosting districts there. At weight class 106, Colin Kerprick, with a 4-3 win over Joe Noak from Decorah in the semifinals, so he moves on to the championship. He'll take on Jacob Schipper from North Scott. At weight class 113, Jacob Close won his backside match. He'll now go for 5th and 6th. At weight class 120, Bailey Thurm with a 1-0 upset win over Ryan Rankin from North Scott. Thurm is in the finals. He'll take on Reese Howder from Dubuque Hempstead in the finals. Weight class 126, it was Dane Ganson losing by fall to Dirk Clark from Decorah, as Ganson will now move to the backside and he will take on Connor Alchin from North Scott. Weight class 132, it was Austin Hush with a fall in 330. He is now in the finals. He'll take on Kellen O'Shea from Decorah. Weight class 138, Andy Doherty wrestling much better today as he won 7-0 over Jacob Ridgway from North Scott. He's now in the finals as he will take on Curtis Ilge from Clinton. Weight class 145, it was Levi Hosh losing by fall to Blake Thurston from Dubuque Hempstead. Hosh will now move to the backside. He'll take on Selby McNair. What is Dano? Davenport North. There you go, Davenport North in the 3rd and 4th place match. At 152, Dylan Ganson is in the finals as he wins by fall in 306 against Carter Kramer from Dubuque Hempstead, and that is where they sit at this point now. We didn't get you an update on the upper weights before, as we left you off as Brennan Kerprick winning by fall. He's now in the semifinals. And at heavyweight, Dylan Hafler wins 7-3, and he is in the semifinals against Austin Ashbacker from Decorah up in that at weight class 220. As we will try to get you updated, we'll go through our brackets here. At weight class 113, Patrick Woods from West Delaware is in the championship. He'll take on Jacob Fensky from Davenport Assumption. Weight class 120, Logan Riley and Dalton Huseman will face off for 3rd and 4th. At weight class 126, Sam Phillips from West Delaware in the finals against Bryce Everson. At weight class 132, Connor Wickman is in the finals. He'll take on Eric Clark from Davenport Assumption. Cody Feldman from Beckman is on the backside. He'll take on Tyler Schoen from Northeast Goose Lake. Weight class 138, Cody Neighbor in the finals for Beckman. He'll take on Tiante Parks from Davenport Assumption. Bo Vasky on the backside. He'll take on Octavio Cruz from Northeast Goose Lake. Weight class 145, we'll see Tim Tutton from West Delaware take on Jordan Barker from Monticello in the 3rd and 4th place match. Weight class 152, Max Ridenauer from West Delaware will take on Jacob Clough for 3rd and 4th. Weight class 160, Jake Voss from West Delaware is in the championship. He'll take on Trace Timmons from Davenport Assumption. At 170, Brent Lammers from West Delaware in the finals. He'll take on Wesley Haynes from Dubuque Wahlert. 182, it'll be Coy Russell from West Delaware. On the backside, he'll take on Lucas Franzen from Central DeWitt. 195, we'll have an area matchup for 3rd and 4th as we'll see Scott Taylor from West Delaware take on Logan Pasker from Beckman. Weight class 220, Zach Tim from Monticello is on the backside. He will take on Ryan Seaman from Dubuque Wahlert. And at heavyweight, Daniel Pike from Monticello.
We are continuing to have trouble with the track wrestling website.
At heavyweight, Daniel Pike from Monticello.
As long as we can still pull the bouts.
Monticello will be in the finals against Dylan Van Dusen of West Liberty. Richie Heveron on the backside. He'll take on Doug Hayen from Central DeWitt for 3rd and 4th place. And Roger, this next round coming up, this is a big one, dude, just because, for some kids, you've got to. This is their chance to punch their ticket for sure to the state tournament.
Well, you've only got one guarantee right now, Jamie. You win, you're in. Okay, if you're the champion right now, you're guaranteed. You're guaranteed your spot to the into the lineup on Thursday at that individual state tournament that'll start on Thursday at the Wells Fargo. But if you don't win, you got to be prepared because you could have a wrestleback again. This is much like last weekend in that it's a wrestleback for a true second. So if you lose in the finals and you could end up wrestling one more match. And again, we've talked about how hard it is to wrestle that match after you've lost in the finals, and now you've got to regroup and get yourself ready for a wrestleback. You know, the guy that loses sometimes has a tough time getting back up for that match because of your hopes. You have high hopes of winning and you get beat, and you don't feel so good. And the guy coming off that win on the backside, feeling good about the win with the chance for a wrestleback. So you got the extremes. You got the emotion of being a winner versus the emotion of being a loser, and those two in that wrestleback, we've seen a lot of times where that winner coming in has a heads-up advantage, and a lot of times he'll take that wrestleback. So this is going to be a huge round. It's always a fun round. It's an intense round. We're going to see some great matches here as we go along.
Absolutely, as we get you set for wrestling action, as again we're still having some difficulties with track wrestling here today. I believe it is the track wrestling site they say is having problems. We're in a concrete jungle, is what you called it when we were during our break, and just there's a lot of concrete around this place, and that's for sure makes it difficult to get internet reception in here. But we're going to certainly try it here, as we're going to check in with the New Hampton district, where we've got the Independence Mustangs wrestling. And at weight class 113, Mitch Evans is in the finals for Independence. Drew Davis is on the backside for the Mustangs. At weight class 145, Chase Straw with a major decision. He's in the finals, And Jake Jewell was beaten by Doug Perrin from Osage. So Jewell is on the backside. He'll take on Isaac Hover from Crestwood for third and fourth. At 160, Nicholas Holt was beaten by Ryan Woods from Osage. Holt's on the backside. He'll take on Seth Nitschel from Charles City. Weight class 170, no Independence wrestler there. 182, Kyle Fank with a fall in 123. He's in the finals. 195, Matt McMillan from Independence is in the finals as he pinned Brandon Slifka of Crestwood. He'll take on Zach Lamphere from Olwine. Weight class 220. It was Jason Grover losing 8-7 to Travis McMillan from Olwine, so Grover is on the backside. And at heavyweight, Mitch Zaleski, a winner 3-1. He's in the finals. He'll take on Dalton Late from North Fayette Valley. As we take a quick look, try to get a look here at the district in Jessup today, as we got a lot of our Area 1A schools in that district today. So we'll pull that up for you here in just a second. As at weight class 106, Henderson has Brock Henderson from Northland as your champion. Your runner-up will be Ben Moyer from Alburnett. Cody Cleve from Starmont will finish in third place today. Weight class 113, Zach Fowler from Alburnett, your champion. Your runner-up is going to be Gannon Cook from East Buchanan, so Cook will punch his ticket to the state tournament. That'll be our first area wrestler to qualify for the state tournament here. Brock Henderson was. But Gannon Cook from East Buchanan will advance to the state tournament. Dalton Bell from Northland finishes in third place today. Weight class 120, Mason Hermanson from Maquoketa Valley has not wrestled that third and fourth place match. I believe that's where they're at right now. So he will need to win. If Hermanson wins, he could have a chance for a wrestleback against Tucker Franklin from Alburnett. And that is as far as they are there in that tournament. So I believe we're all caught up, and we are ready to go back to action here as we're calling wrestlers up at weight class 106. We'll have two matches there, and we won't have an area wrestler, so we'll take a quick break, come right back with Patrick Woods taking on Jacob Fensky and Anthony Kinley taking on Jeremy Sorum. Don't go away. You're listening to high school wrestling, postseason style, right here from KMCH Sports. And welcome back in. Welcome back in to DeWitt, Iowa, as we get you set for this championship round at weight class 113. And last week, I don't believe we had a wrestleback until weight class 170. right off the bat here, we've got one at weight class 106.
And I didn't even jinx us, Jamie. I didn't say anything about having any wrestlebacks.
You said it on the way down.
It just happened. I did. I did say it on the way down. I felt there would be several wrestlebacks today. And Kinley from Mount Monticello out in front of us taking on Jeremy Sorum from Comanche. And Sorum out early with a 2-point takedown. The championship match, we have well, I'll tell you what, this is a state meet medal match right there, worthy of a Saturday evening. We've got Patrick Woods from West Delaware taking on Jacob Fensky, the outstanding sophomore from Assumption. He's 29-6, and a couple of those losses have been to Woods, and they've been solid matches the whole time. Woods beating Fensky at the Bob Murphy Invite, and then they wrestled at the Battle of Waterloo with Woods picking up the win there also. So both wrestlers doing a good job working collar ties. There's Woods in on a shot. He's got to come out the back door. Again, you're wrestling these Assumption guys that are squirmy. Patrick Woods trying to come out the back door. Fensky hanging on to that right ankle of Woods. And Woods maybe in a split situation. Woods coming to his feet. Fensky hanging on to that ankle. Woods trying to score the 2-point takedown. And Fensky hanging on for dear life. Woods trying to pull himself out and cover the hips of Fensky. 1 minute left to go, and our referee's going to let him wrestle. Fensky and Woods in a scramble. Coach Voss and Coach Doyle in a scramble. Or Coach Payton in a scramble in the coaching chair. Sorry about that, Coach Mitch Payton. Tell you what, they were scrambling with Patrick Woods. Nice takedown by Patrick Woods as he got his ankle free of Fensky's grasp and covered his hips, and he's covered the hips of Fensky and scored the 2. He'll take an early 2-0 lead into this championship match here. Again, you're guaranteed to go. You're guaranteed to go with a win. And again, right here on this far side match, Sorum is ahead of Kinley 2-0. There's Woods, Fensky on a switch attempt on Woods, and Woods stepping in and going far knee, far ankle, and trying to lift that inside leg and Turk. Fensky goes belly down. Woods says, "Thank you very much. I'll latch on to a chicken wing on the right side." 8 seconds left to go in the first period, and Patrick Woods with a chicken wing loaded up, and Fensky belly down on the center of the mat. Woods is going to be content to ride the rest of this period out, and he'll take a 2-0 lead into the second period. On front of us, Sorum and Kinley, and Sorum working on a front headlock on Kinley. And Sorum with a drive cradle on Kinley, and he's going to pick up 2 and maybe some back. Fensky's going to choose down to start this second period, and Patrick Woods latches around the waist and front trips Fensky. Fensky finds the edge of the mat, and we're going to get a restart. 1:54 the second period.
Lost the call.
We lost the call.
Little technical difficulties there, but we're back to action now as Patrick Woods and Fensky, still a 2-0 lead here for Patrick Woods, as taking on Jacob Fensky, and Woods doing a great job on top as we've got 40 seconds left to go in the second period. And here's Fensky with a switch attempt here, and we're going to go out of bounds. Nice job by Patrick Woods.
Jamie, I love the facilities here at Central DeWitt. They've got great facilities here, but this gym has always caused us problems when it comes to sending out and receiving cell phone reception. We are on cell phone today. They do not have a landline for us to use, so we're working off a cell phone. There's a long switch by Fensky. Nice job by Woods. Goes to that Turk as he lifts the inside leg up, the left leg of Fensky up, steps through with his right leg and Turks it. And now he's going to latch onto a chicken wing on the right side. 11 seconds left to go, and Woods has ridden out Fensky this whole period. And I just like what Patrick Woods has done here, Jamie. He's ridden him out. And after Patrick Woods, I'm not sure if you take down. Boy, he's going to take down Jamie. And he's going to have to move. We know Patrick Woods, out of everything he does, this is probably his weakest position. And he's going to choose down against a pretty good rider. He's hanging on to a 2-0 lead. And I'll tell you what, you've got to get moving in a hurry. You've got to get back to your feet if you're Patrick Woods. You cannot let Fensky throw a cross body right in. Again, these two know each other very, very well. This is the third time they've met this year with Woods holding on to the 2-0 lead in wins. He's got a 2-0 lead here, and he holds on 2-0. There's a nice job by Woods. Might hit a long switch on Fensky. Fensky's going to try to high leg over on Woods. Woods is going to try to cut the corner on Fensky. Fensky's trying to block off Woods with his left hand. Woods is going to try to scoot, and he picks up a 2-point reversal. Now Woods with a cross body right in on Fensky, and we want to see him kick that cross body right out. He's working an inside wrist on the left with 1:10 left to go. Patrick Woods up 4-0 now, and he's got an inside wrist on the left side of Fensky. Now Fensky tries to kick that leg free of Woods, and Fensky's going to pick up a 2-point reversal on the edge of the mat. It's 4-2.
Over here, it's going to be Sorum with a 14-5 win over Anthony Kinley. So Patrick Woods, regardless of how this match ends, will punch his ticket to the state tournament.
Could be setting up on the second wrestle back there with 47 seconds left. Jamie, here's that. We talked about this in that first round. You're up by 2. You've got 47 seconds left. Neither wrestler's been warned for stalling. You're wrestling a guy that's really good with the tilts. Boy, I tell you what, you've got to keep hand control. You've got to keep your elbows in. You've got to keep your knees up underneath of you. And you can't let these Assumption Knights get a control of your hips, because they will throw you right on. They will throw you right on your back. And we're going to get stalling against Woods right away, Jamie. That was stalling right away as Woods tried to get back to his base. Fensky slapped the cross body right in on the left side of Woods. 19 seconds left to go. Fensky now with a cross body right in, double cross body right in. Fensky now trying to rotate and get Patrick Woods' hips turned. 6 seconds left to go. 6 seconds left to go, and Patrick Woods is going to advance with a hard-fought 4-2 win there, Jamie. We will have a wrestle back at 113.
It's a good match there by Patrick Woods, coming out and doing what you need to do to get yourself into that state tournament. And your quest to that repeat and that state title, defending it, is already completed. Get back there, and now you got to go to work.
Well, we knew that was going to be a tough match. No doubt about it. Fensky is only a sophomore, is 29-6. And every match they've wrestled has been a close match. And again, you're going to wrestle close matches against Assumption. Well, from Assumption. And Husband's got a single lift up on Riley, and he's going to try to front trip Riley. Riley maintains that whizzer on the right arm of Husband. And now he frees that arm. And now it's going to be a 2-point takedown by Husband. Riley's arm slipped out of the whizzer, and it ended up being a 2-point takedown right on the edge of the mat. Husband pummeled by Brendan Gould in the first match, 16-0. And now Husband's hoping for a wrestle back here, hoping for a Gould win over Henderson in the finals. Riley's hoping the same thing here, a Logan Riley win and a Elliot Henderson win. Henderson did beat Gould in the sectional final, so an opportunity for a wrestle back here. Riley with the stand-up. Now long switch by Riley. Riley back to his feet. Husband wrapped around the waist of Husband. Scramble situation by Riley. Drive cradle now by Husband. He catches Riley in a drive cradle. He's going to try to slap Riley to his back. Riley's going to go belly down. And Husband's going to drive his head into the right ribs of Riley and take Riley to his back. Logan Riley doing a nice job. Not giving up any back points. 19 seconds left to go in the first period. Husband again with that drive cradle locked up. And now he's going to tilt Riley to his back, and Riley's giving up back points. Riley giving up back points right there, looking for a defensive fall. Riley looking for a defensive fall. And he's going to get 3 and 2. 3 near fall for Husband, 2-point reversal. 3-point near fall by Husband and a 2-point reversal by Riley. And I tell you what, Riley almost had Husband in a defensive fall down on the far mat. We'll watch that closely. That is 0-0 after one with Brendan Gould. He's 32-4, and Elliot Henderson, both outstanding seniors. Henderson is also 37-4. 5-2 as the Monticello coach goes right to the table.
Well,
Jamie?
He was, he thought maybe, if anything, a 1-point escape there for Riley rather than a 2-point reversal. But, the referee has done his research in that position, and he knows the situation there, and he gave the reversal.
That's exactly right. Down on the far side, Henderson with a 2-point takedown on Gould. And over on this match on our side, Logan Riley with a ball and chain wrapped up. He's got Husband wrapped up in a ball and chain. He goes up around the head. I'm not sure why. Logan Riley went to the head of Husband, and there's a 2-point reversal by Husband. So Riley's down now 7-2. Husband drops in on a single on the right leg of Riley. Riley's trying to counter that shot, and Husband's going to take Riley off the edge of the mat, and we've got to get a restart back to the middle of the mat. 1:12 left to go. Tell you what, the level of intensity here is unbelievable.
It's like there's something on the line here today.
Yeah, you would think. Imagine that.
Wrestlers with something on the line. I tell you what, it's loud and it's heated. Every little thing, the coaches are fighting for their kids, and they're going to fight hard for them.
1-point escape by Logan Riley at 7-3 now. Riley needs a 2-point takedown to close the gap here. There's 55 seconds left to go in the second period. Riley with a sweep single on Husband. Husband's going to counter Riley off the edge of the mat. We're going to get a restart back to the middle. I think if Riley's got to continue to push the tempo here, Jamie.
He does, and I think this is a situation, if you're Logan Riley, you hope you can get him into this last period and really start to wear him down a little bit, but you can't take bad shots, and that's what we just saw there.
Riley took a bad shot on Husband, and Husband snapped and spun, hit a go-behind on Riley. Riley now is going to try to go right back to a stand-up. There's a stand-up by Riley. It's now 8-4, 9-4. With 17 seconds left to go, so it appears that this will go to the second period. There's a single. There's a shot by Riley. Let's see if Riley can get his hips up on Husband. He's going to take Husband to his back. Takedown and back points. Riley's going to end up having a 5-point move here. 2. 4-point move. 9-8. It's going to be Riley's choice. That's just exactly what the doctor ordered there, Jamie Vasky, down on the far side. Henderson is up 2-0 on Brendan Gould, and Henderson is down. Gould will ride. So Logan Riley's in great position right here. He's down 9-8. He's choosing down. He's escaped Husband. Husband from Monticello needs to continue to keep the pressure on and force the action from his offense on top. There's a stand-up by Logan Riley. Riley now working some hand control. Front trip attempt by Husband. Now a back trip by Husband. 1:34 left to go. Husband now with the tilt attempt on Riley, right on the edge of the mat. And Riley's got to look for the edge of the mat. Husband's going to wrestle right there and burn some clock. And our official's going to let him wrestle, and now he's going to call him off the mat. Got the orange and black faithful. I'll tell you what, they came in droves today. What a crowd, Jamie, by the Hawk fans. Husband on top now. Riley coming with some hand control. Husband goes deep waist near ankle, drives Riley forward. 1:13 left to go. Husband's done a nice job riding so far. Logan Riley has not had an answer for that hand control on Husband. 1:02 left to go, third period. Riley needs 1 point here to tie this up. 2, he would take the lead, but he needs 1 to tie it up. There's a tilt attempt. Husband now has a 2-on-1 on Riley, and he's going to try to tilt Riley. Riley's working some hand control. Now to his feet. Husband's going to push him off, and we got to go back to the middle. 46 seconds left to go. The Hawk fans wanted 1 point for the escape. Not going to get it. Back to the center we go.
3-0 now over there on the far side in favor of Elliott Henderson. So Riley can come up with a win here, and Henderson holds on. We would have a wrestle back for Logan Riley.
Logan Riley, 36 seconds left. Got to his feet twice. Husband did a nice job hanging on. 36 seconds. There's the set. Riley's working some hand control. Got the right hand of Husband corralled. Husband drops down to an ankle. 27 seconds. Riley back to his feet. Husband drops in on the ankle again. 21 seconds left to go. Stalling on Husband. Riley's going to get a restart. There's a 3-0 win, Jamie, by Henderson. Logan with the win here. Logan Riley with the win here. We get a wrestle back. 15 seconds. Two-point reversal. Two-point reversal will take the lead. There's a two-point reversal by Riley. Husband's going to try to roll through. 5 seconds left. Riley's going to hang on here. 1 second. There's the win. There's the win by Logan Riley with the two-point reversal. Finally something went the Hawks' way. A two-point reversal with 7 seconds left. Riley will win this by a score of 10-9. 10-9. There will be another wrestle back at 120. What a match. We told you, ladies and gentlemen, Riley with a huge 4-point move at the end of that second period. And then a good position to be in. Choosing down, there will be a wrestle back with Glendon Gould and Logan Riley. So there you have it. 3 weights and 3 wrestle backs, Jamie Vasky.
That was exciting.
That was exciting. What a great match.
Now we're going to move up to weight class 126. In the championship, we got Sam Phillips from West Delaware taking on Bryce Everson from Comanche. And in the 3rd and 4th place match, we've got Kirk Momsen from Davenport Assumption and Dallas Durkup from Kokota.
Bryce Everson is a sophomore, Jamie. He's 33-5 coming in. And he was the sectional champ at Assumption. There's a two-point takedown by Sam Phillips. And we knew Sam Phillips had to get past that first-round match with Kirk Momsen. Sam Phillips has Bryce Everson on his back. He's getting back points right here. He probably will not get the fall unless he can climb the body and tighten it up. Sam Phillips has Everson on his back, and he's going to pick up a 3-point near fall, and he's going to keep a chicken wing on the right side of Everson. Our referee hasn't given us the 3 yet. It should be a 3, Jamie. He changed pinning combinations, and Everson got back to his base. 3-point near fall. And Momsen now hoping for a wrestle back here with a Phillips win. 43 seconds left to go. Stand up by Everson, lift and return. 36 seconds left to go. First period, Sam Phillips up 5-0 over the sophomore Bryce Everson from Comanche. So Momsen trying to get a win here to get a wrestle back for the Assumption Knights. Phillips is going to throw the cross body right in. Phillips is going to throw the cross body right in on Everson with 10 seconds left to go. Everson is going to play the turtle underneath and not let Phillips crank Everson to his back.
There is a wrestle back.
All right, here we go. It's going to be Everson's choice. Let's see what he chooses. He looks over to his coaches, and tell you, here's Sam Phillips. Actually looks bigger than somebody, Jamie. Sam Phillips has a size advantage.
That doesn't happen very often.
That does not. Phillips with a nice stand up. Here's a cross body ride by Everson. Everson now with a lift and return. Phillips coming right back to his feet. Everson with a front trip on Phillips. Now a hard cross face by Everson from left to right. Everson trying to latch onto that right arm of Sam Phillips and maybe set up a cross-face cradle or something of that nature. Phillips doing a nice job with hand control. Everson draped over the top of Phillips. Momsen up 2-0 on Dallas Durkup from McCoker. There's a nice stand up by Phillips. He's going to score one. Now Phillips is going to go overhook, underhook on Everson, and looking for a throw. Phillips giving straight pressure to Everson. You got to be careful right there, Jamie. Phillips is going to get hit Everson with the headlock. Sam Phillips, I'll tell you what, he was giving that straight pressure. Everson's doing a tap out on Phillips. There's a fall. Phillips will win by fall. Phillips with the fall in 3:03. Momsen working on a fall on Durkup.
He's excited.
That is exciting. That is exciting right there, Jamie. You punch your ticket right there.
And he's worked hard for that. I'd say what, he was a couple years ago, Sam was behind some good kids, and he was behind some good kids, and he finally got his opportunity here, and he's made the most of it these last couple years.
Well, I think looking over since the Benton Community Tournament, Jamie, I think he's only lost 2 matches. He lost in the quarters of the Benton Community Tournament,
Jefferson,
and he lost in the quarters of the Jefferson Tournament, and it's pinned his way back on both of those tournaments, and he was your WAMAC champ. So he has been wrestling lights out and getting the job done. So out in front of us is Momsen up 7-0. It doesn't matter there. There's Momsen working on a wrestleback, but Phillips is going to be your state qualifier at 126. So let's catch our breath, and we're going to go to weight class 132 in just a minute. Stay with us. We got more exciting fun right here from the Central DeWitt High School Class 2A District Wrestling on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
And welcome back in to DeWitt High School as we get you set, weight class 132. We've got Connor Wickman from West Delaware taking on Eric Clark from Davenport Assumption, and we got Cody Feldman from Beckman taking on Tyler Schoen from Northeast Goose Lake. And there's a quick sweep single by Connor Wickman. Clark's going to roll through, but it's not going to be a takedown. What a scramble.
What a scramble.
Wow. There's 2 kids not wanting to give anything up there.
Tell you what, we've seen Eric Clark for about 4 years, Jamie, in that Assumption singlet. And over on the mat in front of us, we have Tyler Schoen taking on Cody Feldman. Schoen 41-3 coming into the tournament. A Schoen win here, regardless of the outcome, would be a pretty good thing. 110 left to go in the championship match. Eric Clark 25-10. He's a senior, taking on Connor Wickman. He's 28-12, 29-12. Right now looking for his 30th win. Feldman now getting thrown to his back. Schoen throwing Feldman to his back. Feldman getting thrown to his back. Referee looking close for the fall. Could be a fall there. There's the fall. Schoen with a fall. Schoen with a fall in 104.
I tell you what, that's fun.
Over Feldman.
You watch the Wickmans up there after, it's unfortunate for Cody Feldman, but you watch the Wickmans after that match. That punched Connor's ticket to the state tournament.
Yeah, it certainly did. So regardless of the outcome, Jamie, down here, could be a wrestleback with a Wickman win. The Hawks are 3 for 4, and they've got Logan Riley in the wrestleback. 3 seconds left to go in a good first period by Connor Wickman, Jamie. And again, for Connor Wickman, you don't want to go down here. It's going to be Clark's choice. Let's see what he decides to do. Clark's going to go neutral. Good choice. Connor Wickman pleased about that choice. That surprises me, Jamie. I'm surprised Eric Clark did not choose up on Wickman. But I'm sure Connor Wickman is very happy about that. We have seen Eric Clark do a lot of damage in the past to some really good West Delaware wrestlers. He's very good at controlling hips, and he's a master of tilts. There's a single attempt by Clark. Nice down block by Wickman, and Wickman comes right back with an overhook on Clark. 1:31 left to go. Neutral position. Connor Wickman trying to set up that low single again on Eric Clark. 2-on-1 now by Wickman. Clark gives Wickman a shove, gets his arm back, and back to neutral we go. Good job of hand fighting by both wrestlers here. Wickman now comes with an overhook on Clark, maybe trying to set up that fireman's carry. Clark is waiting for that.
He's wrestled Zach Muller.
Yes, indeed. So he knows all about the West Delaware fireman's carry. There's a sweep single by Clark, a short arm drag by Clark, nicely countered by Wickman. Wickman doing a superb job right now on his feet. Tell you what, you got two outstanding seniors going here. And again, as we stated in that first match with Wickman taking on Schoen, when Connor Wickman is on his game, he is a very, very good wrestler. He's got great balance, great feet, great hips. And with 35 seconds left to go, we are still goose eggs on the board here. And I think if it ends here, Jamie zeros, it's going to be Wickman's choice. You got to go back up on your feet. I don't think you want to try to go down. There's Wickman with the long shot. Could be two right here. A scramble situation. Wickman's got to get his head up. He's hanging on to the heels of Clark. Might get a stalemate right there. Clark trying to go over the top of Wickman. Clark's going to pick up two with 12 seconds. Oh, boy, we just called it, Jamie. Great shot by Connor Wickman. Got him deep on the legs of Clark. And, we've talked about that. We've talked about that all year. The guy with his head is up most likely is going to come out of the scramble.
Absolutely. And, that was a situation there where Connor was down on the mat and he wasn't able to come up.
So Coach Voss over there, I think if you're Connor Wickman, Jamie, you got to go back on your feet, don't you?
Well, we got an update here. Got a second here. We left you at weight class 145 with Levi Hush from Western Dubuque losing by fall. He'll wrestle for third and fourth at 152. Dylan Ganson winning by fall. He'll take on Dustin Caldwell in the finals. Weight class 160, Jacob Birds was majored 14-2. He'll go to the bottom side. He'll wrestle in that third and fourth place match. Weight class 170, Max Lyon from Western Dubuque with a 12-0 major decision. He's in the finals. Weight class 182, Ryan Keneally was beaten by Brandon Haas from Dubuque Hempstead. He'll go for in that third and fourth place match. Weight class 195, Bryce Horner losing by fall to the top seed Colin Kreider from North Scott. He'll go down to the bottom side and take on Justin Gilliams from Clinton. Weight class 220, Brennan Kirprick losing by fall. He's on to the bottom side now. He'll take on Ryan Gomez from Davenport North. And at heavyweight, Hafler was beaten by Austin Ashbacker. He will now wrestle in that consolation round match.
So a tough round for the Bobcats, Jamie. We knew it would be looking at some of their seeds. There's Wickman trying to pick up a 2-point reversal on Clark. Clark got his hips low, uncharacteristic of Eric Clark, but got his hips way underneath Connor Wickman. Wickman tried to high leg over Clark, but the length of Clark was Wickman trying to get to his feet. And Clark doing such a great job. He's pulling Wickman right up on his hips and looking for a 2-point tilt there. Connor Wickman doing a superb job trying to keep his head and chest up, not letting Clark tilt. And Clark will put himself in position to score some points. And Wickman right now, under a minute to go, doing a fine job. Here comes Clark now with that 2-on-1 ball and chain. And he's getting a 2-point, he's getting a near fall right here as he went to that ball and chain tilt. And that's going to be a 3-point near fall by Eric Clark. And that's what Eric Clark does the best. You think you're free, and Clark goes right back to work. He's content wrestling on the mat. And he'll just pull your hips right up on top of his, and he's content with wrestling right there. But Connor Wickman trying to create some motion. You got to create some separation here if you're Connor Wickman. And Eric Clark does such a nice job of keeping hip on hip. 28 seconds left to go. We should get a caution against Clark. Yes, we do, for starting before the whistle. And Clark shakes his head and says, yep, that was my mistake. Wickman set. Clark's going to ride the right side. There's the whistle. There comes Clark. There's a hip heist again by Wickman. And once again, Clark finds his way out of it. Wickman tries to hip heist his way over the top of Clark. And now a short sit by Wickman. And Clark just content with that claw ride to pull pull Connor Wickman's hips right to it. And boy, Jamie, I just like the way Connor Wickman has wrestled here today. He put together a tremendous match. Tyler Schoen from Northeast Goose Lake beating him 13-6, and then wrestler Eric Clark here. There will not be a wrestle back at 132, as Wickman will be your runner-up in your state qualifier. So the Hawks are 4 for 5 right now, Jamie, and Logan Riley in the wrestle back. So having a very, very good round so far, 4 for 5. Well, we're going to go to weight class 138, and on the back side, got an interesting match here with Octavio Cruz from Northeast Goose Lake taking on Bo Vasky from West Delaware. Cruz is 24-14. Vasky is coming in here at 30-13. Octavio Cruz is a physical wrestler here, short, squatty body, wide base, wide stance. And we saw that he liked to mix it up a little bit. So Bo Vasky's going to have to come with some low-level shots, attack the base of Cruz just like that with a low single. Vasky trying to walk in on that single. Now he lifts up the left leg of Cruz, and Cruz with a hard whizzer on Vasky. Vasky's going to front trip and pick up 2. Nice job by Bo Vasky. Front trips Cruz off the edge of the mat and keeps his toes in for a 2-point takedown.
145-pound matches.
Got a great match in the championship with Deontay Parks taking on Cody Neighbor. And that match worthy of, there's a short sit-out turn by Cruz. And he picks up a 1-point escape, so it's 2-1 in front of us. Jamie, Neighbor and Parks, that's a match worthy of a Saturday medal match. But we're seeing it right here.
Yeah, and that's where you get when you get into these district tournaments, especially as good a district as this is with West Delaware, Beckman, Davenport, Assumption, some of those better kids. You're going to see those, like you said, those state medal matches that are getting wrestled right here at districts.
There's a long shot by Vasky again on the legs of Cruz, and he tries to keep his legs in, and he slides out. Cruz pulls him off the edge of the mat, no points there, so we're going back to the center. There's an ankle pick by Parks on Neighbor, and Neighbor finds the edge of the mat. Parks has him locked up, and he's going to try to pull Parks in. He's going to try to pull Neighbor in. There's Vasky with that single again, a back trip. He's going to pick up 2. That's got to be 2 right there. Thank you very much. Coach Litter doing a little bit of officiating from his chair, helping our official out with the 2-point call. Vasky up now 4-1. Neighbor finds the edge of the mat on Parks, and we're going to get a restart. 14 seconds left to go in that match, and it's 0-0. I'm not sure if those two have wrestled during the course of the year, Jamie. They used to have a all Catholic duels with Dowling and Beckman and Assumption and Wallert and Don Bosco, and I'm not sure they do that duel anymore. That would be a lot of fun to see that. Going to be Parks' choice. He's going to defer over to Neighbor, and Neighbor's going to choose down. Out in front of us with 10 seconds left to go in the match, in the first period, Vasky's going to ride out Cruz, and he's going to take a 4-1 lead into the second period. We're going to flip the disc. It's going to be Bo Vasky's choice. Vasky's going to defer over to Cruz, and let's see where Cruz decides to go. He looks over to his coach in the corner, and Cruz is going to go down. Parks is working on a tight waist tilt on Neighbor. The Neighbor's going to try to roll out of it. Neighbor might pick up 1-point escape. No, he doesn't. Parks is going to recover. Parks now has Neighbor on his back for a 2-point near fall. Neighbor rolls through. Now Neighbor might pick up a 1-point escape or maybe a 2-point reversal. Parks in on the left leg. Parks in on the left leg of Neighbor. Neighbor trying to stand and switch, or trying to switch. And let's see how our official scores that. Well, no escape for Neighbor. It's just going to be a 2-point near fall for Parks. Meantime, Octavio Cruz with an escape on Vasky. Vasky's been able to get in and attack that right leg, or that left side of Cruz with that low single. Now a nice snap down by Vasky, and Cruz finds the edge of the mat, so back to the center we go. Cody Neighbor with the stand-up on Parks, and Parks with a back trip on Neighbor now. 2-0 in favor of Deontay Parks. Standing switch attempt by Cody Neighbor. off the edge, back to the center. Match in front of us, under a minute to go in the second period, neutral position. And it's going to be another long shot by Vasky off the edge.
I like what Bo Vasky's doing here. He's keeping that pressure on Cruz and not letting him rest a little bit. He's still coming after and shooting in on him.
Yeah, he left his left elbow. It was a long single shot there. He left his left arm out. And Cruz, likes to work those underhooks and overhooks from his feet. There's Octavio Cruz, drops in on a single of Bo Vasky. Vasky with a nice down block. Vasky now has the right leg of Cruz picked up. He steps over. That's going to be a 2-point defensive takedown for Bo Vasky. He now goes up 6-2. 1-point escape by Cody Neighbor. Neighbor in on a single on Parks. Neighbor takes a 2-point takedown on Parks. It's now 3-2. So Cody Neighbor is going to take a 3-2 lead into the third period, and it's going to be Deontay Parks' choice. Parks' choice, and let's see where Coach Bush puts him. He's going to go neutral. So with a Parks win, it would be a Vasky-Neighbor match for the third Saturday in a row on a wrestleback. A Neighbor win will send Bo Vasky. That'll be the end of Bo Vasky's season and career as a West Delaware Hawk wrestler, Jamie. And you always have hopes of finishing at the state meet instead of at the district.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about when we came on the air. Some of those dreams get crushed a little bit here at the district meet as you're looking to get into state, but sometimes you come up short.
You're exactly right. Well, there's a long single shot by Neighbor. He's in deep on the right leg of Deontay Parks. And Parks in a solid down block. Neighbor burning some clock here. That's a good spot to burn some clock if you're Cody Neighbor on the edge of the mat. Bo Vasky with 1:27 left to go in the third period. We're going to get stalling against Cruz as he did not return Vasky. Cruz now tries to slap a cross body right in. Vasky catches the leg, picks up a 2-point reversal as he pulls his head out and covers the hips. Neighbor back in on a long shot on Parks. Parks trying to hit a go-behind on Neighbor, and Neighbor blocks him off. Under a minute, 51 seconds left. Cody Neighbor trying to pull the big win here over Deontay Parks. He's up 3-2. Parks takes a peek at the clock, 45.8 seconds. Bo Vasky would certainly like to see a Parks win here to get one more opportunity at Neighbor. Neighbor doing a nice job wrestling Parks from Assumption. There's a snap down by Parks. Parks trying to cut the corner on Neighbor. 29 seconds left to go. Neighbor hanging on to the right elbow of Parks. Parks trying to hit him with the go-behind. There's an adjustment by Parks. Parks tries to crowd Neighbor. Neighbor now in on the right leg of Parks. A gut wrench now by Parks. And Neighbor's just going to hang on to that leg. And Jamie Parks is going to try to go behind Neighbor. And Neighbor's going to hang on for dear life. And that's going to do it right there. It's going to be a Cody Neighbor 3-2 win. Bo Vasky's career will be over. Now you're wrestling for pride right here. Did not see the Jamie, what that looked like to me was Deontay Parks knowing that Bo Vasky was going to win this match. And Parks just, I don't say going through the motion, but Bo Vasky's career was going to be over, Jamie, but he finished on a high note. He's going to get third here, and he's going to finish at 31-14. Very little varsity experience last year. Stepping in the lineup, winning.
I don't think that was the score, was it?
What's that?
31-14.
No, that's his record. That's his record.
What was the final?
It was 7-2. Vasky winning 7-2.
Results at 138 pounds.
So,
Cody Neighbor.
there you have it.
Winner by a score of
So Cody Neighbor will be your state qualifier, though. Congratulations to him on wrestling a great match.
Results at 138.
Made that takedown hold up and and just do a fantastic job. Well, out in front of us, an opportunity here for Tim Tutton. Tim Tutton taking on Jordan Barker from Monticello. Jordan Barker from Monticello with an opportunity here also. Down on the far side, Tristan Finch is taking on Carter Cahill. A win here by Tutton and a win by Finch. Would I give Tutton a wrestle back? Jordan Barker trying to headlock on Tutton, and Tutton is going to try to counter that headlock, but off the edge of the mat they go. And I think the scouting report here, Jamie, there's a long single shot by Tim Tutton. Jordan Barker has seemed to have some trouble when you get to the third period. So he was pinned by Carter Cahill in that first round, and Tutton was pinned by Finch. Over on the far side, Finch is ahead of Cahill 5-0. So 27 seconds left to go here. And both wrestlers, there's been a shot by Tutton and a shot by, or not a shot, but a headlock attempt by Barker. And Barker's a senior, Tutton's a senior, Cahill's a senior, and Finch from Assumption. There's a nice shot by Tutton. Let's see if he can score points with short time. He's got to pop his head out and turn to the head. Turn to the head. Boy, boy. No points there. Good call by our official. Boy, Tim Tutton was a hip heist away from having Barker on his back.
Yeah, he was, and he just wasn't able to make it happen. Short time. You like to see you get them points there, but just about gave up a takedown too. But glad to see Tim Tutton did a great job of finishing that period out strong.
There's a stand-up by Barker. Stand-up by Barker. Tutton latches onto the left arm of Barker and almost has Barker turn for a tilt. And Barker has to go belly down. Tutton maintaining control of that left arm and needs to set up a ball and chain with it. He's doing a nice job riding the ankle. He's going to try to toss Barker to his back, running that ball and chain. Tutton applying a lot of pressure forward. Tutton now with the ball and chain locked up on the right side. Tutton's going to try to roll Barker. He's got Barker turned. He's got to get up on top of him. He got a 1,001 count out of it, but couldn't quite hold Barker for the count. Come on, Gordon! Tutton in now. Tutton's going to lift that inside leg as Barker tries a long switch. Tutton's going to grab that inside leg and step through a Turk. Tutton now has Barker going to his back in a drive cradle, and Barker now might try to re-cradle Tutton. And Barker picks up the reversal on Tutton, and Tutton's going to have to go belly down. Comes a hard crossface on Barker from right to left, and he might have Tutton locked up in a crossface cradle. No hand control whatsoever by Tutton. He let Barker lock that cradle up, and Barker's got Tim Tutton in a crossface cradle, and Barker could get the fall here. There's the fall. Jordan Barker's going to win by a fall. So Tim Tutton will lose that match by a fall, so he will go 0-2 today, and he will end his career as a West Delaware Hawk with a 21-23 record for fourth place here. So
and I don't think there's a wrestle back there.
I don't think there'll be a wrestle back.
I think Finch won that match by fall.
So it'll be Finch and Cahill, and they'll wrestle back at 145. So right back up to 152 we go. We've got a consolation match here with Max Ridenauer from West Delaware taking on Jacob Kloft. Again, Ridenauer with an opportunity here. I'd like to see Max Ridenauer put together a good win here, Jamie. Wrestle a good match. He's been, last week he had some tough competition. He had some tough matches on Tuesday at the regional duel, and I'd like to see him put together a solid match here against a very good Jacob Kloft. Kloft in on a single, Hard down block by Ridenauer, a wizard by Ridenauer. Kloft is going to cut across to a double, and off the edge of the mat they go. So back to the center goes Ridenauer and Kloft. Bush ahead of Mason Cousins from DeWitt Central in the championship match. A win by Ridenauer. There's a takedown by Ridenauer. Nice throw by Ridenauer. He picks up a 2-point takedown. So Max Ridenauer, I'm telling you what, Jamie, he puts together a solid match here and picks up a win. He's going to put himself in good position to take on Mason Cousins for a wrestleback. For an opportunity to get to the state meet. It's close. Nice job by the sophomore from West Delaware, applying a lot of pressure to the hips of the sophomore Kloft. You know these two have wrestled each other. And here we go, back to work. This is a winnable match, Jamie, for Max Ridenauer.
It is, and like you said, this is an opportunity for Max now. You got a great opportunity to make it into the state tournament here. If you could set up a win here and get yourself an opportunity for that wrestle back against Cousins.
You're exactly right, and again, that would be Ridenauer coming in off a win, and Cousins coming in off a loss, and Max Ridenauer is going over to the blood corner, and I'm not sure what is bleeding, but we've got the trainers over there taking a peek at him. Coming up for the Hawks will be at weight class 160 will be Jake Voss. Weight class 170 will be Brent Lammers in the finals. Weight class 182, Coy Russell in a consolation match. Scotty Taylor in a consolation match. And Richie Heverin in a consolation match. So plenty of opportunities left for the West Delaware Hawks here. And it's just a matter of getting the job done on that backside and giving yourself a chance for that wrestleback. And that is the key. Push ahead of Cousins, 6-0. Ridenauer doing a nice job on Kloft. Kloft with the short sit. Ridenauer trying to snap back on Kloft. Ridenauer getting a little bit high. No points there at all. Oh, I can't give one there. He gave one there, Jamie. Boy, Max Ridenauer still had control there, but our official gave him one. Kloft even was ready to get set back down. He didn't think he had one. 9 seconds left to go. It's 2-1 in favor of the sophomore from West Delaware, Max Ridenauer. And we're going to go to the second period. Ridenauer's got the green leg band on. Let's see whose choice it's going to be. It's going to be Ridenauer's choice. And Ridenauer's going to go down. So here you go. Kloft up on top. He's going to ride the left side of Ridenauer. And Ridenauer, there's a cradle attempt by Kloft. Kloft drops in on a double. He's got his head caught between the leg of Kloft. And Ridenauer hanging on. You got to bail out of it right now. Now Kloft in between the legs of Ridenauer with a Turk. Ridenauer's got to crawl forward, Jamie, to get out of that Turk. Kloft is going to try to Turk Ridenauer over to his back as he goes cross-face from left to right. And Kloft now has Ridenauer on his back in a Turk. And Kloft is getting back points. Boy, oh boy, Jamie, you're right there. You're right there ready to score some points. And, yeah, that's something you gotta feel that.
Yeah, you do. And you said it. He's got to crawl forward, and he didn't continue crawling forward, and he gives up that Turk. And once you get in there, it is as simple as crawling out, crawling forward, and Max wasn't able to do that.
Now Kloft is going to climb the body of Ridenauer with the butcher. He's going to pick up two. That's going to lock up a cradle. He's got the arms of Max Ridenauer locked up inside. That could be a fall right there, Jamie. Jake Kloft with a fall. There's a fall. Max Ridenauer will lose his opportunity as a wrestleback as Bush wins by a fall. There'll be no wrestleback at 152. So Kloft will win by a fall. And Bush will win by a fall. So Mason Cousins from Central DeWitt will be, and David Bush will be a qualifier. Well, you talked about having opportunities and creating opportunities for yourself. West Delaware had 2 there, and they just let them slip away. And those are things that you think about. Jamie. And sometimes you don't get those opportunities again. So when you get them, you got to take advantage of them.
Yeah, you do, and that's. Especially when you're given those opportunities, look at Timmy Tutton. If he wins that match, he's set up to make, with a wrestle back with Cousins and, Cahill, and then Max Ridenauer, just, that's backwards. And, Ridenauer, he wins, he gets to wrestle back with Cousins. I mean,
you're exactly right.
You're right there.
You're right there. You're ahead 2-1 going in the second period, and you choose down. Well, there's Jake Voss at 160 in the championship with a 2-point takedown on Trace Timmons from Assumption. Timmons is 27 and 15. And Voss going to work on a chicken wing on Timmons, and he's got Timmons going to his back. Voss could win by a fall here. The referee down looking close. Boy, slap the mat, Mr. Official. Voss all over Timmons for a 3-point near fall. Voss would have liked the fall there. He's got the Bulldog on the left side. Now he's got a chicken wing on the right. Voss is going to try to readjust himself. Timmons rolls through. Now Voss locks up with chicken wing on the right side and an inside wrist on the left. He's got Timmons in trouble one more time. Voss looking for a fall there, but there's the fall. 124. Voss will win by a fall. That would be number 5 for West Delaware. That would be 5, I believe. Or is that 4? Is that 4 for me? Now we got Riley in a wrestle back. 4. That'll be number 4 for West Delaware. So Voss will win that by a fall. In the wrestle back on this match, we have Kagerman taking on Turner. So, Jamie, we've got another short break here. Let's take a timeout. Then we'll be back with weight class 170 and a barn burner for you. Brent Lammers taking on Wesley Haynes in that 170-pound championship. Stay with us. We got more action for you right here from Central DeWitt on Eastern Iowa's Wrestling Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Welcome back in. We are set for championship action as got Brent Lammers from West Delaware taking on Wesley Haynes from Dubuque-Weller. Here's a high crotch attempt by Lammers right off the bat, and he's got to keep moving here. You can't sit if you're Brent Lammers. That's where he got himself in trouble last week.
Jamie, this time he's trying to get that right arm out and across Haynes' hips. He's still got that right arm trapped around the left leg of Haynes, and Haynes is trying to elevate Lammers. Lammers is flat out. Let's get a stalemate there. And again, Haynes is trying to cut the corner on Lammers. Lammers is trying to get that right arm out and around and trying to block off. And Haynes is trying to scoot around behind Lammers. Lammers has his hips up now. Lammers doing a nice job keeping the hips up. He's going to pick up 2. That's a good start for Brent Lammers. Now he's in between the legs of Wesley Haynes. He's trying to take Haynes to his back and pick up an easy tilt. And Haynes is going to scissor those legs and go belly down. That's a good start for, that's going to be a nice takedown by Brent Lammers. And now Lammers on a tilt on Haynes. Lammers has a tilt on Haynes, and he's picking up back points, Jamie Vasky. Brent Lammers has Wesley Haynes on his back. Could be a fall. He's trying to load up Haynes. He's going to pick up 3 on the tilt.
Is that 6-4?
6-4. Andrew Turner beating Jake Kagerman in the wrestleback. 3-point near fall for Brent Lammers. He takes a 5-0 lead with 15 seconds left to go in the first period, and you just got to keep wrestling here, Jamie. He's applying a lot of forward pressure. Brent Lammers does not want to depend on anybody else to get the job done for him. He senses a little payback right here, and again, you've got to keep wrestling. 9 seconds left to go. Haynes to his feet, trying to split the hands of Lammers. Lammers is going to try to go bear hug. No points. Oh, you can't give 1 point there. Oh, they gave him 1 point as Haynes got to his feet. Lammer still had his hands locked around, but they did. And it's going to be 5-1. Second period, it's going to be Haynes' choice. He's going to defer over to Lammers. And Lammers is going to go down. Coach Litter in the Lammers corner there, and Coach Voss. And they both say, hey, go down. We got to know the legs are coming, Jamie. Over here, that's an Argo. Argo is pinning Schrader from Central DeWitt. We're going to get a caution. There's a foul by Argo. Argo with a fall over Schrader with the cradle. Here comes Lammers to his feet. And he comes right down around the leg of Wesley Haynes. Same position he was in just a little bit ago. As he's got the right leg of Wesley Haynes wrapped up. Haynes is going to try to go behind Lammers. Lammers is getting his hips up. There's a 2-point reversal. Now Lammers goes up 7-1. So Lammers doing a nice job here, not letting Haynes control his hips. And Jamie, I just like the attitude and the way the business-like approach that Brent Lammers has taken to the championship match.
And that's what he needs. You know, he knew after last week that he didn't wrestle his best last Saturday when he wrestled Wesley Haynes. And I don't know if he had a little mental block in there, but I tell you what, he's really coming out, and like you said, he's really business-like here today against Haynes.
Well, with 55 seconds left to go, we're going to get a stalemate. Brent Lammers working on a ball and chain, and we got a stalemate from our official. So we're going to give Haynes a restart. 52 seconds left to go, second period. Haynes coming right back to his feet. Lammers with the lift and return. Nice job by Lammers. He lifted, he got underneath the hips of Haynes. And as he brought him back down, he drilled that left shoulder of Haynes into the Resolite, and didn't get Haynes an opportunity to get his hips out. And 34 seconds now left to go. Brent Lammers is controlling this match up 7-1. And Jamie, it's all about winning right here. Lammers now posts that right arm or that left arm of Haynes. And he went down to pick up the right knee and try to toss Haynes to his back. He momentarily had him going, but Haynes went belly down. 15 seconds left to go. Lammers riding an inside wrist. Doing a great job here. It's going to be Haynes' choice to start the third period as he deferred to Lammers. And again, you don't want to give up any points here. 2 seconds left to go. And we're going to go to the third period with Lammers up 7-1. Going to be Haynes' choice. He's going to choose down, and Coach Voss, Coach Litter say, hey, keep him down. And sometimes these matches are harder on the parents than they are the guys that are wrestling. I'm watching the Lammers family over here in the crowd, and Mrs. Lammers has a program, and she's fanning herself. I think she's sweating some bullets too.
Well, I tell you what, if you look at where the most motion is coming from over in that West Delaware crowd, it's Brent's mom and his sister right there, and his grandpa a couple seats down on the edge there. He's wrestled, almost wrestled this entire match with Brent.
They're all wrestling. There's a 2-point reversal by Wesley Haynes. And now a 1-point escape by Lammers. It's now 8-3. God, Jamie, if you're Brent Lammers, you can't clam up right here. You can't go into a shell. You've got to continue doing what you've been doing, and that's attacking. And if you're going to shoot a shot, make it be a good shot. Maybe force Haynes into a bad shot, and maybe use get a defensive takedown out of it, possibly. 55 seconds left to go. And Lammers, neither wrestler's been called for stalling. If you're Brent Lammers, you don't have to force a bad shot there, Jamie. Lammers dropped right down to his knees. You don't have to force a shot like that. 43 seconds left to go. Haynes with the front headlock on Lammers. You got to keep wrestling. 38 seconds left to go. Now a front headlock by Haynes. You're wrestling a very dangerous wrestler here in Wesley Haynes. You can't shoot a bad shot here, Jamie. You cannot shoot a bad shot here. So everybody taking a big sigh there. We got that whole row of about 6 people there, Jamie. You should put that. Somebody should be having a movie camera on that.
I tell you what, that's what's so fun about this sport is watching the parents, the grandparents, the siblings, just watching them during a match. And like we said, they wrestle about the whole match with them. There it is, a takedown. That'll be the final nail in the coffin there. A headlock attempt by Haynes, and Brent Lammers tugs his head, and he is going to win this match 10-3 and advance to the state tournament. Brent Lammers, state qualifier number 5 for West Delaware at 170 pounds. 10-3 the final as he defeats Wesley Haynes from Dubuque-Wahlert.
And there'll be no wrestle back at 170. That's a good job right there. Well, Lucas Franzen and Coy Russell going at it in front of us. Coy Russell with a good opportunity for a wrestle back here. Like to join Logan Riley in a wrestle back here. Lucas Franzen 12-16 coming in. Coy Russell 22-20. Coy Russell, I think, needs to just get out and attack Franzen from Central DeWitt. Just get out and attack his legs. Franzen very tall and lean, and Coy Russell short and stocky. Like to see Russell set up that just a tap and go and shoot that double. Looks like Russell's trying to load up that double leg takedown right here. And West Delaware punching 5 tickets so far, and they've got Logan Riley in a wrestle back. They've got Coy Russell here on the backside. The last 3 Hawks are on the backside. Coy Russell, Scott Taylor, and Richie Heverin.
Results at 170 pounds.
So 104 left to go in the first period. Franzen and Russell. Hard collar ties by both wrestlers. Neither wrestler has taken a shot yet. I think Lucas Franzen is very vertical. There's that double by Russell. And he didn't drop his hips in. Coach Lenz to my left here saying, set that shot up, good double. Franzen is reaching on the whistle. I think Coy Russell could post those elbows and get right in under on that good shot. There's a hard single attempt by Russell, too far away. He's got to back out in a hurry so Franzen doesn't get draped over the top of him. 24 seconds left to go. There's that nice double right there by Coy Russell. There's a 2-point takedown. Got in on the legs of Franzen, covered his hips, scored 2. 15 seconds left to go, and that's what Coy Russell's all about right there. He posted those elbows, got in there and scored. And now he's got 15 seconds to ride this period out and take the lead going into the second period. That was an outstanding shot there by the sophomore from West Delaware. Lucas Franzen, the sophomore from Central DeWitt, 12-16 coming into this tournament. He was tech-fouled by Riley Haskin, 15-0, and Russell was pinned by Gabe Rangel from Davenport Assumption. Outstanding finals match. Haskin and Rangel going at it. Haskin is 37-5 from Wahlert Catholic, and Rangel is 34-5 from Assumption. All right, Russell's going to go down underneath Franzen. Then Franzen's going to come right up with a half Nelson. He's going to try to pull Russell in. He's got an inside wrist and a half Nelson. Coach Mitch Payton in the corner there saying, hey, get to your feet. And that's right, Coy Russell needs to get to his feet and not give Franzen an opportunity to use those levers and throw that half Nelson in. Tripod stand up by by Russell. And here comes a cross body ride by Franzen. 1:30 left to go, second period. Russell ahead 2-0. Cross body ride by Franzen. And Russell's trying to kick the leg out. Russell now coming, there's a roll by Russell. Got to be careful, you don't want to get cross-face to your back coming in that roll. Franzen looking for some back points here as he catches the chin of Russell. He's got the cross body ride in. Russell's got to go belly down here as he pulls the crossface off, and no points. But you got to go all the way to your belly. Franson still has the legs in. Corey Russell's got to get to his feet. Franson using all the length that he has. Russell's got to pull those legs in and keep that hip down. Here Coach Lenz to my left here saying keep that hip down, and that's exactly right. Franson's going to try to set up that guillotine. He's got the right arm. Russell gave him the guillotine there. And Russell might kick that leg free and score a 2-point reversal. Coach Doug Engel in the corner there telling Corey Russell to get to his feet. Over on the far side, it's a 2-1 lead for Haskin. There's Franson coming right back with a cross body ride on Russell. And Russell's got to come all the way to his feet here. You don't want to try to roll through here. Then we're going to get a stalemate. 15 seconds left. 15 seconds left to go. Corey Russell would certainly like to have 1 point here to build that lead. Franson doing a nice job controlling the hips of Russell with the cross-body ride. Franson wrestling like a guy on a mission. There's Russell right back to his feet, trying to split the hands, trying to score one. Tries to stay in bounds, maybe a switch. He's got a hip heist, and he doesn't kick his right leg free and hip heist as Franson slaps a cross-body right in him at the end of the second period. And a wrangle with a headlock on Riley Haskin. Could be a fall. Russell could get a wrestle back. There's a wrangle fall with a headlock. So Corey Russell right now, Jamie, needs a win on young Lucas Franson, the sophomore from Dewitt. There's a nice chop by Russell. Tight waist with the right, chop with the left. He's got Lucas Franson belly down. Applying a lot of forward pressure. Russell looking for a chicken wing. It's 2-0 is all. 1:42 left to go in the match. It's easy. Russell wins this match. He gets a wrestle back. Franson wins this match. It's over for Russell. 1:31 left to go. Hard, tight waist by Russell. Franson now gets his base back underneath. Russell looking for a chicken wing or looking for anything. We're going to get stalling against Franson from underneath. Now ball and chain by Russell, and he picks up Franson and gives him a shove off the edge of the mat. Franson goes to his back, but they're both off, so we got to get a restart. 1:15 left to go. There's the chop by Russell. Franson controlled Russell the whole second period. Now Russell's giving Franson a payback here. He's controlled him for a whole minute of this first minute of the third period. Russell now trying to work a ball and chain on Franson. He's got the left arm trapped between his legs. He's got to hook a chicken wing. Got Franson on his back. He's picking up some back points here. Corey Russell has Lucas Franson on his back. Let's see if he can tee out and get the fall. And the fall! There's Corey Russell with the fall. There'll be a Russell back at 182. Russell with the fall. So Russell will get a wrestle back against Riley Haskin, who was pinned by Gabe Rangel. So, Jamie, that's just what the doctor ordered for Corey Russell right there. You keep the pressure on, you keep wrestling, and eventually things go your way.
We talked about those opportunities, and that's where, right there, Corey Russell took advantage of an opportunity. You know, he got himself in there. May not have known it, but Rangel got the fall on the other mat, but he came out and he picked up the fall, and at least you got to give yourself a chance to get to state here. You know, you hope you don't rely on somebody else, but a situation right there, he did, and he got the wrestle back. Now it's in his own hands.
Well, now we're going up to weight class 195, and we have Scott Taylor. We've got an area matchup on the back side. We've got Scott Taylor taking on Logan Pasker, and Logan Pasker did a nice job right there posting the elbows of Scott Taylor, dropped in on a single, and Taylor with a hard whizzer got himself off the edge of the mat, but the senior from Beckman, there's a front headlock by Taylor. Boy, finish it, Scott. He had a front headlock on Pasker, and he didn't finish it. left the door open for Logan, opened the door for Logan Pasker right here. Championship match at 195 is Chase Cracklio from DeWitt Central taking on Chase Hager from Davenport Assumption. And we have 0-0. The clock's still running. The clock's still running on the mat. Then they stop the clock. 57 seconds left to go with Pasker and Taylor. Scott Taylor in a great position for a wrestle back. Logan Pasker in a great position for a wrestle back. There's that front headlock by Taylor. Got to finish it right here. He's got Pasker's head to the mat and doesn't finish it. Well, Jamie, you got an opportunity there to put a little pressure on Pasker. And Chase Cracklio just scored the first 2-point takedown over Chase Hager. So Cracklio trying to get a payback here from the sectional last week at Assumption. Cracklio has been very close to scoring some points here and beating some quality people, and he'd kind of like to get over that edge from DeWitt Central while we wait for Scotty Taylor to fix his headgear. Got a headgear malfunction. So he's waiting to get that headgear fixed as it came unsnapped in the back. Usually don't see that, but Logan Pasker's been giving him that big claw to the back of the head. All right, 44 seconds left to go.
We got her fixed, though.
He did. He got her fixed with the help of the coaching staff over there. He's got his strap back on. And 34 seconds left to go. Pasker trying to drop in on that high crotch. Taylor trying to reach Pasker and tie him up. Pasker's doing a nice job not letting Scotty Taylor get onto him and hold on to him. Scott Taylor 24 and 22 coming into the tournament. There's a throw by Taylor. He's got to try to keep him on the mat. Hager now, Cracklio tries to slap a cradle in on Hager, and Hager kicks out of it. Cracklio's on his back. That's going to be a fall. It's going to be a fall by Hager. That just opened the door for Scotty Taylor. It's going to be Pasker's choice. He's going to defer over to Taylor. And we'll see what Scotty Taylor does. So Hager coming in here, Jamie, at 15 and 11. He's going to be 17 and 11, a state qualifier, sectional champ, a district champ, a state qualifier.
And came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere. So that's just part of it. That's just part of it right there. That's the craziness of district wrestling.
Isn't it so?
Chase Cracklio at 32 and 10, 33 and 10, now 33 and 11, is hoping for a Pasker win here. Scott Taylor with a nice throw by, but didn't pick up the 2 because of great defense by Logan Pasker. Now Pasker up on top of Taylor, riding an inside wrist. Taylor gets his left elbow up a little bit out of position. I thought Pasker might slap a half Nelson on him. And Taylor's going to find the edge of the mat. We're going to get a restart. We will have one area wrestler at 220. That's Zach Tim from Monticello taking on Ryan Seaman from Waller Catholic. That'll be a rematch of last Saturday's sectional final. Scott Taylor with the stand-up. Had an opportunity for a switch there. Pasker trying to get underneath the hips of Taylor. Taylor doing a nice job fighting hands. And now a lift and return by Pasker. And we're going to get to the edge of the mat. We're going to get a restart as Pasker drives Taylor off the edge of the mat. Scott Taylor pops back up. And well, Jamie, the door's open for Scott Taylor again.
Yeah, you just got to take advantage of it here. You know, like you said, Cracklio getting pinned by Hager really opened the door for Scott Taylor to be a state qualifier, and he's got to take advantage of it here.
Well, there's a nice one-point escape by Scott Taylor as he finally got to his feet and split the hands, and Pasker just kind of basically let him go. And Scott Taylor now trying to get his hands on Pasker. Pasker not wanting to tie up too much with Taylor, and that's Scott Taylor's strength is to tie up. There's Pasker in on a shot. He's going to try to dump Taylor to his backside. Nice down block by Scott Taylor as he goes off the edge of the mat with 47 seconds left, hanging on to that 1-0 lead. Another nice shot by Logan Pasker. He got that left knee up of Taylor and couldn't finish it. Heavy legs and heavy hips of Scott Taylor prevented Pasker from lifting that up high enough so he could finish the shot. Collar tie now by Pasker, retie by Taylor. Scott Taylor's got there's that high crotch again. This time Pasker's in deep. Taylor trying to load that neck wrench off the edge of the mat. And we're going to have to go to new headgear. Scott Taylor's got to go to new headgear here as that headgear came unsnapped again. 26 seconds left to go. Pasker in on another good shot. Scott Taylor doing a nice job countering it. Might have a warning against Taylor here pretty soon, Jamie.
Yeah, because Pasker's taking all the shots here. He keeps looking for a shot. Scott Taylor, again, he's got to come up with something here. That throw by is right there, but Logan Pasker doing a nice job of creating the action here and going after those shots.
Well, it's going to be Logan Pasker's choice to start the third period. And he's going to choose down. He's got the green leg band on to match the green and gold singlet of the Beckman Blazer wrestling team. We're going to get a caution against Pasker for starting too soon. Scott Taylor's going to ride the left side of Logan Pasker. Pasker having a very fine season at 35-13. Here comes Scott Taylor across the front. And Pasker with the sit-out turn-in. And now you're talking about going to neutral 1-1. Pasker's looking for that one good shot. He's in now in a double. Hard down block by Taylor. Taylor in a sag. And Pasker kept his feet going that time. That was the difference right there, Jamie. Logan Pasker kept his feet driving and cut across to that double in a hurry and set Scott Taylor down to his left hip and covered him up.
He did, and he didn't stop. He momentarily got in on that and stopped a little bit, but like you said, he just kept his feet driving and picked up the takedown.
Scott Taylor might pick up a 2-point reversal here. And a nice job by Pasker. 1:27 left to go, third period. Pasker up 3-1 now on Scott Taylor. Again, Taylor wins. He's going to get a wrestle back against Chase Cracklio. A Pasker win, and there will be no wrestle back. It's a pride match for Logan Pasker as he knows he doesn't have a shot. It's a match that Scott Taylor has an opportunity to take advantage of. It'll be the third West Delaware wrestler with an opportunity for a wrestle back. 1:09 left to go. Sit-out attempt by Taylor, and Pasker picks up the inside leg and just tries to step through and load up a Turk. And once again, Taylor's going to find the outside edge, and we're going to get a restart. Oh, the referee's going to let him wrestle there. Now they're off the edge of the mat. It's do or die time here, Jamie, if you're Scott Taylor. Well, 50 seconds. This is that mental toughness, that physical toughness,
Yeah, you gotta realize that if you don't come up with 3 or 4 points in the next 45 seconds, your career's done. And that's the mentality you gotta have going into it here.
Well, now Scott Taylor, here we go, back to our feet, Jamie. He was here just a little bit ago. He lost that 4-3 match to Chase Hager. And here we go again in a 3-2 match. And Scott Taylor's got to get going. He's got 25 seconds. At some point, Pasker takes a look at the clock. At some point, if you're Scott Taylor, you got to hit that throw by.
Got to do something.
Something. And that's what you just saw. Saw the coaching staff from West Delaware say, hey, you got to do something. Well, you got 12 seconds. You got 10 seconds. Scott Taylor's not shooting. There's a shot by Taylor. And that's going to be a 2-point takedown. That's going to do it. Logan Pasker's going to win the match 5-2. There'll be no wrestle back at 195. Jamie, that's the third opportunity West Delaware had for a wrestle back, and the sand was slipping through the fingers in a hurry. Scott Taylor will finish his senior campaign at 24-24. That was his 48th match. And those are the ones that are tough to stomach. You know, you're a senior, you know you have opportunity there, and like we said before, those opportunities don't come very often. And you look back, and sometimes those opportunities tend to make you sick. And hopefully that will not be the case on Scott Taylor. Hopefully he can look back and think about the career he had as a West Delaware wrestler. Same with Logan Pasker, two good seniors finishing up their careers. Logan Pasker finishes up his career at Dyersville-Beckman at 36-14. That was his 50th match of the year, and he won 36 of them. So a great season by Logan Pasker. So there we go. Jamie, do you have any updates available? Jamie Vasquez while we check out this match with Zach Tim from Monticello, Jamie's going to try to scoop some results from Jessup and from New Hampton. Down on the far side, it's Zach Adrian from Assumption Davenport taking on Stephen Cruzy from the Weiza Muscatine, and it's a 2-point takedown by Cruzy. Out in front of us, Seaman and Tim going at it. 26-15 record for Seaman, 26-17 for Tim. Seaman is the senior. Tim trying to get himself a wrestle back. A Cruzy win, Tim will have a wrestle back. There's a single shot by Seaman, and Tim does a nice job. This Tim could fill out. Looks like with a little bit of time in the weight room, this Tim could fill out and be a very, very good heavyweight replacement for Daniel Pike, the outstanding heavyweight from Monticello. All right, Jamie. You've got some Jessup results for us?
We do. We mentioned weight class 106. Brock Henderson from North Lynn is your champion. Your runner-up is Ben Moyer from Alburnett. Cody Clee from Starmont finishes in third place today. Weight class 113. Your runner-up is Gannon Cook from East Buchanan. Your third place finisher is Dalton Bell from North Lynn. And your fourth place finisher, Carter Alvis from Edco. Weight class 120. As Mason Hermanson from Maquoketa Valley finishes in fourth place today and will not qualify. Weight class 126. Jared Coyle from Maquoketa Valley is your champion and advances to the state tournament. Weight class 132. Dusty Decker from East Buchanan was beaten twice. He finishes in fourth place today. No area wrestlers at 132. Weight class 138. Your champion is Connor Shalista from Alburnett. He beat Sawyer Amling from Edco, winning by fall in 3:36. So Shalista is your champion. Sawyer Amling is your runner-up, as Amling had a wrestleback and got a tech fall in that wrestleback to advance to state. Weight class 145. Michael Neighbor from East Buchanan finishes in fourth place today. No area wrestlers qualifying there. Weight class 152. The Starmont Stars have a state qualifier as Jet Kewins finishes in second place today as he was pinned in 35 seconds in the champion, but won by rule as Trevor Koopman from Maquoketa Valley finishes in third place today. Weight class 160 as your champion was Marcus Sigworth from Central Decatur. Steve Huber from Maquoketa Valley is your runner-up and is a state qualifier. Weight class 170, Alec McDowell from Maquoketa Valley finishes in fourth place today. Matt Cook from Starmont finishing in third place and had a wrestleback but lost that wrestleback. Weight class 182. No area wrestlers there. Weight class 195, Tyler Hoffman from East Buchanan is a state qualifier as he won by fall in 113 in the championship. Weight class 220. Ryan Parmalee from Maquoketa Valley winning and is a state qualifier. Niall White from East Buchanan finishing in fourth place today. And at heavyweight, Tyler Yankovic from Maquoketa Valley is your champion. Your runner-up is Kyler Schott from North Lynn. So 10 state qualifiers out of that district right there, and that's all of our 1A kids are right there in that district. So 10 state qualifiers there, so we'll have those kids down at the state.
Never mind, go ahead.
We'll have those kids to cover down at the state tournament, so you'll hear all of them here on KMCH.
Oh, very good. So, sounds like a good day there. Out of the 28 qualifiers, our area guys have almost 50% of them with 10 qualifiers. Opportunity for a bunch of those guys to get themselves into the finals. Out front of us now, it's a 3-0 lead for Ryan Seaman from Wahlert Dubuque. He's trying to get himself a wrestle back down in the championship match. Stephen Cruzy from Louisa Muscatine is still up 3-0.
And at New Hampton today at weight class 113, we mentioned Mitch Evans from Independence was your runner-up in a state qualifier. Drew Davis from Independence finishing in third place, no state qualifier there. Weight class 145, Chase Straw from Independence is your champion. Weight class 152, Jake Jewell is in a wrestle back as he'll take on Zach Milks from Charles City. We saw that match the other night, as that'll be Milks and Jewell. Weight class 160, Nicholas Holt finishes in third place today as he won his consolation match, but his opponent lost in the final, so no wrestle back there. Nick Holt finishes in second place. Weight class 182 is as far as they are as Kyle Fank in the finals, coming up as Mac McMillan and Mitch Selesky.
So looks like some stiff competition with that New Hampton district for the Independence Mustangs, Jamie, and we knew that was going to be the case, and they knew that was going to be the case, as it always is when you throw New Hampton and Osage and Charles City, and I tell you what, that is a barn burner. We're back to action here. It's 5-2. Seaman ahead now of Tim with 1:13 left to go in the match here. Zach Tim, the sophomore from Monticello, has some work to do. He gets back to his feet and is trying to fight the hands of Seaman, and Seaman with a back trip. All right, you got some results now from Epworth.
We have results from Epworth. Weight class 106, Colin Kerprick is your runner-up as he was pinned in the finals, but won by criteria in the wrestleback, so no wrestleback there. Colin Kerprick is your state qualifier. Weight class 113, Jacob Close from Western Dubuque is going for 5th and 6th place. Weight class 120, Bailey Thurm is a state qualifier as he's a runner-up. There. Weight class 126, Dane Ganson was beat in the consolation match, so he will not be a state qualifier. He finishes in 4th place today.
And a cruisy win, 5-2, Jamie. That's Stephen Cruzy from Magnolia, Louisa Muscatine.
Weight class 132, Austin Hush from Western Dubuque is your champion. He advances to the state tournament, and that is as far as they are, as Andy Doherty will wrestle in the championship match coming up here, as will Dylan Ganson at 152, Max Lyon at 170 for the Bobcats.
Well, so that's 3 Bobcats down to the Wells Fargo Arena so far, with some more to come, hopefully. So in that very, very tough 3A, district. So there you have it. All right, back to action here. 5-2. Seaman over Tim, and that's the way it's going to finish. So there will not be a wrestle back at 220. Seaman will win 5-2. Zach Tim will finish his sophomore campaign with a 26-19 record. That was his 45th match of the year at 220, so having a great season. He's not feeling so good about it right now, but you know what, Jamie? He's only a sophomore. He's going to grow into that big body. Like I said, spend some time in the weight room. He's going to be a nice fill-in for big Daniel Pike next year for the Monticello Panthers. All right, 285, here we go. Out front of us, Richie Everin taking on Doug Hayen. Hayen, the senior from Central DeWitt, and Hebron, the senior from West Delaware. Hebron with an opportunity here for a wrestleback with a win, but he's got big Doug Hayen in his way right now. Hayen, a big body, another big body for Richie Hebron to wrestle.
PA wrestled at.
There's an overhook, double underhook by Hayen.
State tournament. Stephen Cruz, the wise
Double underhook by Hayen. And Richie Heverin backs out of it. Off the edge of the mat they go. I'm not sure these two did not wrestle at the WAMAC. They did wrestle in the duel down here with, I think, Heverin picking up a win. 106 left to go in the first period. The Hawks have 5 qualifiers and 2 so far in the wrestleback. Richie Heverin with a win here combined with a Dylan Van Dusen win over Daniel Pike would give him the opportunity to wrestle Daniel Pike for a wrestleback. So we'll see how this pairs out. Daniel Pike wrestling very, very cautious down there. Van Dusen very physical, as we saw when he was wrestling Richie Heverin. 45 seconds left to go. Doug Hayen with the 2-on-1 Russian tie. There's Daniel Pike with a headlock on Van Dusen. Van Dusen rolls out of it. Now Van Dusen has Daniel Pike on his back. It's going to be a 4-point move for Pike, but it's going to be a 2-point reversal and a 3-point move for Van Dusen. And he's going to take a 5. He's going to take a 5. He's going to be a 3-point near fall for Van Dusen and a 1-point escape for Pike. And this is going to be tied up, I believe, 5-5. A headlock by Pike had Van Dusen on his back. Van Dusen rolled him through for 2 and 3. And then off the edge of the mat, loss of control was Van Dusen. So it should be 5-5, Jamie. Should be 5-5 up on the board. And we're going neutral. All right, Heaverin's choice is going to choose down. We're 0-0 here. Heaverin's going to try to get to his feet. Hayen doing a nice job with an inside wrist, not letting Richie Heverin get to his feet. Now Heverin's working on that outside stand-up. He's got to clear that left arm. Hayen doing a nice job. Controlling that left arm. Here comes a stand-up by Heverin. Heverin's going to try to split the hands of Hayen. Heverin now with a down block on Hayen. Hayen picking up that left leg of Richie Heverin. Heverin with a back trip on Heverin. Now a half Nelson by Hayen has Richie Heverin in trouble. Big Doug Hayen from Central Dewitt has Richie Heverin. That's going to be the fall probably, as Hayen is going to tee out on Heverin. There's the fall. Hayen with the fall. So Jamie, the Cinderella season of Richie Heverin comes to a crashing halt right here at the 2A district. Heverin's going to finish at 27-19. Outstanding senior campaign for a young man that has never wrestled before. Very disappointed coming in here with high hopes of being a surprise for the West Delaware Hawks and sneaking his way into the state tournament. Doug Hayen picking up that inside single and back tripping Richie, and give the young man from Central Dewitt credit. He covered the hips up. Well, let's go down here to this outstanding match here with Pike and Van Dusen. It's 6-5 right now in favor of Daniel Pike. Daniel Pike giving Dylan Van Dusen everything he wants.
Nice job, bud.
Everything he wants here in this period. 1:15 left to go. Pike with a single attempt. There's Van Dusen with the single attempt. Van Dusen drops to both knees. Pike has the advantage here if he can hip into Van Dusen. Pike's got the wrong ankle now. He picks up the inside ankle. And Pike's trying to cut the corner on Van Dusen. Van Dusen still has the right leg of Pike. Pike's going to cut the corner, and off the edge of the mat they go. Panther fans screaming. Panther fans screaming right here. And we're neutral. Van Dusen thought that was a 2-point takedown as he went right to both knees to the center of the mat. So back to action we go. 48 seconds left in the second period. It's a wild and crazy 285-pound final here. Dylan Van Dusen 31-6. Daniel Pike 34-3, 35-3. wrestling for the gold medal and the automatic trip to the state tournament. Next Thursday, the individual wrestlers will start. 2A wrestlers, I believe, will be in the evening again.
Morning.
Be in the morning. Okay, thank you very much, Jamie Vasky.
Well, we got a second here. We remind everybody that Roger and me will be down in the Wells Fargo Arena for state dual action as we will cover the Independence Mustangs as they start at 11 o'clock. They start action at 11 o'clock from the Wells Fargo Arena as they'll take on Albie in that first round. If they win, they will wrestle at 1 o'clock and 6:30. If they lose, they will wrestle at 1 o'clock and 4:30. So we'll have that action for you from the Wells Fargo Arena.
Yes, and that will be an exciting day of dual meet action. So the period is going to come to an end as they were slow starting, so they're going to wind the rest of the seconds off the clock. And we're going to go to the third period. It's going to be Van Dusen is going to choose neutral. Van Dusen from West Liberty, afraid of the legs of Daniel Pike. Pike is tough with a cross body ride for a heavyweight. Van Dusen working those underhooks and overhooks, and I tell you what, he applies a lot of pressure. Pike doing a nice job keeping those elbows down. Here comes Van Dusen in on Pike, and Pike's going to record a 2-point takedown. He's going to go up now 8-5, and this is looking good for a Hayen wrestleback. A Pike win. A Pike win. A Pike win right here. Combined, also, we already got a Hayen win on the backside. May have another wrestleback. 1:33 left to go. Tripod stand up by Van Dusen. Pike doing a nice job staying behind the arms of Van Dusen. 1:23 left to go. Spiral ride now by Pike. Pike gets high, and Van Dusen just bucks him right off. Pops him right off. It's 8-7 now. 1:11 left to go. Van Dusen trying to set up a cradle on Daniel Pike. Pike coming to all fours. Van Dusen draped over the top of Pike. Now Pike sits over the ankle of, or Van Dusen sits over the ankle of Pike. 58 seconds left to go. Van Dusen has Pike flattened out on his belly. Pike now up to all fours trying to work some hand control. 8-7 is our score. Sit out turning by Pike. Pike now trying to get to his feet. Surprised that Van Dusen hasn't cut him loose. There's Van Dusen trying to tilt him. Referee looking for a points there. Inside wrist by Van Dusen. He's going to try to load Pike up. Got a 1,001 count. Daniel Pike has survived. Tell you what, he's trying to survive the flourish here. There's going to be warning against Pike underneath. 20 seconds left to go. Unbelievable match here. Van Dusen all over Pike. He's trying to tilt Pike. Now Van Dusen gets high. Pike high legs over and picks up a 2-point reversal. And Daniel Pike is going to be your champ and state qualifier with a 10-7, a wild and crazy 10-7 win. So we'll have a Van Dusen. We will have a wrestleback at 285 with Van Dusen and Hayen. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, a lot of action.
That round is over. And what a match that was for Daniel Pike. And I tell you what, he has drained the tank right there. He gets a high five from his coaches. We'll take a 5-minute break right here, Jamie. We're going to take a 5-minute break and catch our breath. And then we'll be right back with more action. So stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We got some wrestleback action with you. You won't want to miss it right here at the Class 2A District on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
And welcome back in to Dewitt, Iowa. As we are set, we've had 2 wrestlebacks so far. As Bryant Woodford from DeWitt Central gets in at 106. Jacob Fensky from Davenport Assumption winning 12-2 to advance to the state tournament. We're up to weight class 120. We got Logan Riley from West Delaware. Wrestled a great match against Dalton Huseman from Monticello. Is taking on Brennan Gould from Davenport Assumption.
Yeah, Jamie, he will have his work cut out for him right here. Gould is a senior. He's 32-4, 33-4, 33-5 right now. I'll tell you what, as we've seen in some earlier matches, anything is possible. But you got to be ready right here. Riley coming in off that big win, and Gould coming back off that tough loss. And you'd like to just see Logan Riley get after this match. Gould in on a nice high crotch. He cuts across to a double, and he finishes the shot, sits Riley back down on his backside, covers him up, and that's a 2-0 lead for the senior from Assumption. West Delaware with 5 in, 2 wrestlebacks. They certainly would like to get 7 qualifiers, but their work is going to be cut out for them here in these wrestlebacks. We have Corey Russell coming up at 182 for the next wrestleback. There's a 2-point near fall on the tilt for Gould, so it's now 4-0. As he loaded up the hips of Logan Riley, got on top of Riley, and scored the 2-point tilt there, so it goes up 4-0. Brendan Gould losing to Elliot Henderson from West Liberty. This 120-pound weight class is just unbelievable. Husband 38-3 coming in, Gould 32-4, Henderson 37-4. So you've got over 100 wins, 107 wins, and plus Riley's 17. You got 124 wins out of these 120-pounders. So that's a lot. Nice series of moves by Riley as he switched to sit out, a turn in, a stand up, and Gould gives him a shove off the edge of the mat, so we got to restart back in the center of the mat. Here comes a crossbody ride by Gould, and again, once they get those legs in, I'm telling you what, they are very, very physical. It's hip to hip, and it's power half Nelson, it's tilt, it's bars, it's wings, and they do an outstanding job of just staying hip to hip. There's Gould tilting Riley right now for another 2-point near fall, I believe. Referee's down counting. Yes, indeed, that's going to be a 2-point near fall. So Gould takes a 6-0 lead into the second period. See his choice is. It's going to be Logan Riley's choice. He's going to go up on top of Gould. Again, these Assumption Knights are not the most physically, you look at them, they're long, they're lean, but they do such a great job of controlling hips. And again, that's the name of the game. If you can have great hand control and control your opponent's hips, I'm telling you what, you can go a long way in this sport. And the Assumption Knights are very, very difficult to attack from that point. There's a 1-point escape by Gould as he goes up 7-0 now, and we got to go back to the center of the mat. There's a hand control from underneath. Logan Riley took top, and Logan Riley knows coming into this match that he's not favored. There's a 2-point takedown by Gould. That was a snap and spin. Riley came right back to his feet, but a back trip by Gould. He's going to pick up the 2. It's 9-0 now with 1:15 left to go in the second period, and Gould looking for more. Hard, tight waist with the right, inside wrist with the left, and Gould doing a nice job controlling Logan Riley. Again, Logan Riley coming in 17-15, with a huge win over Husband from Monticello in that third-place match, 10-9, one of the best matches that we saw and called all day today. It was an unbelievable a match there, and a way to get him into this wrestleback. There's a 2-point tilt again. 2-point tilt by Gould. I'm not sure he's going to get the 2 this time, as the referee counted 1,001, and Riley found his stomach, and Gould was not able to keep his shoulder blades exposed for the back points. 9-0 lead here now in this wrestleback. There's a wrestleback at 126. There's no wrestleback at 132. None at 138. None at 145. None at 152. None at 160. None at 170. Our next wrestleback will be Corey Russell from West Delaware, and he will be right up. He will be taking on, Corey Russell will be taking on Riley Haskin from Dubuque Waller Catholic, and Haskin Haskin coming into the tournament ranked 6th in the state at 37-5. Haskin beating Russell last week in the sectional final. As the second period expires, another 2-point tilt by Gould as he picks up that near fall points. He's going to go to the third period 12-0, and Logan Riley finding the going just a little bit tough here. But you know what? He got a chance here. He made the most of his opportunity. At least he put himself into position. But you're talking about Brendan Gould, who will probably be on that medal stand next Saturday night. He might even be wrestling in the finals. He's that good. Have to see what happens. 1:25 left to go in the third period. Ronnie's down underneath of Gould. Gould with the cross body right on the right side. And now Logan Riley trying to cover up, trying to get back to his feet. There's a hard crossface by Gould, and Gould's picking up some back points. That's going to be it right there. It's going to be a tech fall. Gould will not pin Riley right there, but it's going to be a 3-point near fall. Might be as he reloads that half Nelson, and that's going to do it. 3-point near fall. Gould will win 15-0. And Logan Riley making the most of that wrestle back. Jamie, that's a learning experience for Logan Riley. Put himself in that position, and you know he's going to head into a senior campaign next year. Maybe a little bit of sour taste in his mouth, and maybe a little bit of motivation to get himself wrestling in the summer, and then be ready for a fine senior campaign.
Absolutely. As we'll do one more quick update here while we wait. Our next wrestler is not till weight class 182. There's this one at weight class 126, and I don't think Coy Russell can wrestle until 444. So we'll have another short break here. In Independence, Mitch Evans, as we mentioned, is a state qualifier for the Mustangs.
On deck at 182, Riley.
Weight class 145, Chase Straw is your champion. Jake Jewell has a wrestleback. Kyle Fank is your district champ and state qualifier. Matt McMillan from Independence is your champion and a state qualifier at 220. Jason Grover will finish in third place and not qualify for the state tournament. And Mitch Zaleski will finish in second place as a state qualifier. So the Mustangs have 5 with 1 wrestleback in Jake Jewell, so the Mustangs could finish with 6 state qualifiers. The Western Dubuque Bobcats, they're sitting at 5 as well, as Colin Kirprick is your runner-up. Bailey Thurm is your runner-up. There's 2 for the Bobcats. At weight class 132, Austin Hush is your champion, and that's the 3rd one for the Bobcats. Andy Doherty with a major decision in the finals. He's the 4th Bobcat qualifier. Weight class 152, Dylan Ganson with a 3-1 win in overtime. That's a big win for him over Dustin Caldwell from Clinton. That's their 5th state qualifier. Jacob Birds at 160 has a wrestleback for the Bobcats. Max Lyon is the 6th one as he wins his match over Dylan Chase from Clinton. 182, Ryan Keneally finishing in 3rd place today, so no state qualifier there. Bryce Horner is in the consolation match. Should be up right now as they're wrestling at 195. Brennan Kirprick also in that consolation match for the Bobcats, and Dylan Hafler. So the Bobcats have 6 guaranteed right now with Birds, Horner, and Kirprick and Hafler to go yet. So the Bobcats having a good day over there. So that's what you like to see. We have 10 wrestlers in class 1A that will advance to the state tournament that we'll be covering next week. Right now we have 10 in class 2A, and of course the Bobcats.
Well, we got to count. We're going to have some more in 2A, Jamie, because we got Cody Neighbor.
That's right.
We got Cody Neighbor, and we got Daniel Pike from Monticello.
So there's 2 more. That's 12 so far, with the possibility of Jake Jewell making it in for Independence. So we'll be busy again next week, but we're going to take a little break. We'll have Coy Russell coming up for you in just a little bit. You're listening to Postseason Wrestling from KMCH Sports.
Calling on deck the last match.
And welcome back in as we are set for our last wrestle back of the day, as we've got Coy Russell from West Delaware taking on Riley Haskin from Dubuque-Wahlert. These two wrestled last week, with Haskin getting the fall in the finals of the sectionals, and he's quickly out to a 2-point takedown here. So our last match of the day right here, and then we will get you on your way as we'll have basketball for you tonight coming up here in just a little bit. As far as I know, those basketball games are still on. I have not heard different, so we will let you know. Stay tuned to KMCH for all that. As still 2-0 here with Coy Russell and Riley Haskin.
Yeah, Jamie, very tough wrestle back here for Coy Russell. Riley Haskin coming in 37-5, ranked number 6 in the state. I tell you what, he was the MVC champion, so he's a quality opponent, and I tell you what, Coy Russell has his work cut out for him. Again, Haskin was in early on that double. He was in early on that double, and it didn't take him much time. Now he's got a chicken wing locked up on the left side of Russell, and he's going to try to take Russell to his back, and he's picking up some back points here. Our official is counting. Hard chicken wing by Haskin, and again, Coy Russell has done something that's put him in position to get to this point. And if he doesn't make it here, Jamie, you got to chalk this up for experience and use this to build on for next year, as the Hawks are losing some fine seniors, and they will be expecting this group of sophomores and juniors that are coming back to take charge. Reset back in the middle of the mat. There's the whistle. Stand-up attempt by Russell. Hard chop, tight waist. Hard chop, tight waist by Haskin. And he's got Russell belly down in the center of the mat one more time. And he's driving that tight waist, maybe a tilt now by Haskin, as he's going to load Russell up and maybe pick up a 2-point near fall, and he does, as the referee counts 1,001, 1,002. There's a 2-point near fall on the tilt. And our first period is going to come to a close with Riley Haskin lead of 6-0. Haskin was pinned in the finals by Gabe Rangel. Rangel threw him in a headlock. And Haskin's choice, he's going to choose up on top again. He's found something that he liked with those tilts. He's been able to control the hips of Coy Russell. And there's an inside wrist now by Haskin. He's going to go around the head of Russell, and Russell doing a nice job. He went belly down. Haskin's got that right arm of Coy Russell in a bar. Haskin goes around the head, grabs the chin of Coy Russell. He's going to load that up. He's got Russell going to his back. A lot of time for Russell to fight off his back. 1:32 left to go in the second period. Our referee is counting. Haskin now is going to try to tee out and load himself up. That could be a fall right there. The referee's looking close as Russell is trying to keep that right shoulder up. Haskin is going to try to tee out and go chest to chest. And Russell doing a nice job fighting and trying to keep from getting pinned. Again, he was pinned last week. And Haskin now teeing out on top of Russell. Russell trying to bench press him off. There's the fall. Haskin will win by a fall.
So with that,
3 minutes.
Our day is done here, as we have 7 state qualifiers from this district in our area, as the West Delaware Hawks get 5. Patrick Woods, Sam Phillips, Connor Wickman, Jake Voss, and Brent Lammers. The Monticello Panthers get Daniel Pike, and the Beckman Blazers get Cody Neighbor. As the Bobcats from Western Dubuque certainly already have 6, and the Independence Mustangs have 5 with an opportunity to go for 6. What we got coming up for you tonight, we'll have high school basketball for you. If those games are still on, stay tuned to KMCH for all of that information, as starting at 7 o'clock tonight, we'll have one on KMCH and KMCH.com. We'll have John Swisher.
A fall in 3 minutes.
We'll have basketball with you. John Swisher will be in Dyersville for Beckman taking on Monticello in Class 2A first round.
There's still a very important match going on. I want those people who are not
Class 2A, Bill Logan will be in Clayton Ridge.
So others can watch the match.
Will be in Clayton Ridge at 7 o'clock. Bill Logan will be there for that. And then, of course, next week we've got more sports action for you next week. As Monday night we'll have Monticello. We'll have Alburnett basketball for you at Dyersville. And then we'll have the winners of the games coming up on Monday night. And, of course, Tuesday night we'll have the state wrestling preview show. So if we're going to have to sign off the air here tonight, but if you want to hear of all the area wrestlers making it to the state tournament, Roger Reed and I will have that show recorded we'll have that for you on Tuesday night before the basketball game with John Swisher with that coverage, or that preview show, starting at 6 o'clock. And then we'll have Maquoketa Valley versus the Edco Clayton Ridge winner in Delhi with John Swisher and Bill Logan. And then our coverage of the state duels starts on Wednesday at 11 a.m. with the Independence Mustangs taking on Albia. And then we'll have basketball that night with West Delaware taking on Dubuque Wahlert. So we'll have a full slate of action for you coming up still yet tonight and next week as well. We'd like to thank all the sponsors and the postseason sponsors of high school wrestling on KMCH. Want to thank Janelle Tucker for running the boards for us this afternoon. Great job to her, keeping us going all day. Most of all, thank you, the listeners. That's going to do it for us. For my partner, Roger Reed, this is Jamie Vaskey saying so long from DeWitt, Iowa. You've been listening to High School Wrestling on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Good night, everybody.